What's up guys, Cosmos here. Today we're going to look at the first post-launch hero in Marvel Heroes, Human Torch. The Human Torch is a founding member of the Fantastic Four. He's a ranged caster and truly a glass cannon in this game. Looking at his power trees, you can see they're all fire-based. The first two trees are mostly attacks, and the third tree is more utility powers. I've marked the levels where you can get each power, and as usual, at level 30, you'll have everything unlocked. The Human Torch has three basic powers to choose from. At level 1, you get Searing Arcfire, a channeled cone attack that's very effective against groups of enemies. At level 2, you get Burning Volley, which is a basic fireball attack that explodes when it hits an enemy. And at level 14, you get Bouncing Fireballs, which feels very Mario, and it leaves a trail of fire in its wake. It's also pretty slow. You also want to notice that Human Torch's basic attacks do not have damage synergies, so it's in your best interest to pick just one to concentrate your points into. At level 1, you also start with Blazing Charge. This does damage and knocks down enemies. And at level 20, you can upgrade to Pyrokinetic Charge. This one does more damage and heals you for each burning target you strike instead of stunning them. Both pretty good for getting around and for initiating on enemies. Next we have Scorching Pyre. This is a ground AoE like several others in the game. It does upfront damage and then more damage over time. It also looks pretty awesome, as you can see there. It's the Fantastic Four logo. Oh yeah, look at that. Scattering Blaze is like a bowling ball of fire. This does extra damage to burning enemies and also knocks them back. Scorching Wall at level 18 does area damage and blocks projectiles, just like Cable's wall ability. This is very useful in group play. Next, Fallback Blast is a disengage power with a nice frontal cone of fire. It's pretty situational, but it doesn't do bad damage. Homing Flames is a neat ability you get at level 24. It's very good for shooting around corners or for killing the quicker bosses. At level 28, you can pick up Incinerating Blast. This is a pretty expensive skill, but it does devastating damage in a beam. If you can afford it, this is your highest DPS attack that you can get at the moment. Moving into the second tree, Flame On is a cooldown ability you get at level 3. This is one of my favorites for bosses or big rooms full of enemies. This power gives you a 50% speed boost and then leaves a trail of fire behind you that just melts. You can use this every 30 seconds. Fiery Uppercut is Torch's only melee ability. It's single target, but it packs a nice punch in boss fights. But being in melee range does leave you vulnerable to attack. Blazing Retribution is a cooldown that's supposed to return damage to the attacker for a few seconds. I couldn't get it to work. Let me know in the comments if you use this one. Most likely they'll just fix this in the next patch. Extreme Combustion is the attack you get at level 30. This is a charge up explosion that hits pretty much the whole screen. It does bonus damage to burning enemies. Just be careful that you don't get interrupted. Human Torch has a set of 3 abilities that consume burning effects to give different benefits. The first one is Pyrotechnic Burst, which stuns all burning enemies. Consume the Flames regenerates your spirit for each flame consumed, and Fiery Rejuvenation eats burn effects to heal you and boost your defense. Human Torch also has a Flight ability available at level 10. As a bonus, this gives a passive movement speed boost, which makes Torch one of the fastest heroes in the game. Human Torch is a glass cannon, but he has one defensive ability that goes a long way to keeping you alive, and that's Protective Flames. This is a mana shield, so it costs a small amount of spirit for each chunk of damage it absorbs. You should always have this up if you want to live. At level 26, you can also pick up Cleansing Fire. This breaks crowd control effects like slows or stuns and gives you some dodge for a few seconds. There are two really good passive skills in the game. The first is Thermal Intensity. This is a flat damage increase to all your powers when you're in melee range of a target. The second one is Fuel for the Flame, which turns all of your spark powers into damage over time spells. It's always nice to have more damage, so throw a few points into there. Human Torch's ultimate, as you might expect, is a huge firestorm. It sets everything on fire, fireballs fall from the sky for 20 seconds. Pretty cool, crazy damage. That's all I have for you guys today, but Human Torch is already one of my favorite heroes just because he does ridiculous damage and he's crazy, crazy fast. Let me know in the comments how you're liking the new hero. That's it, and until next time, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you later.